and strong. I pray to God to give me the energy we need to keep Jamaica and our people firm and strong. Stand up, labor rights. Stand up for justice. Stand up for truth. Labor rights are proud of their party.
In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. Jamaica, no bother for stone, no bother fight. We did a fi be a labor right. No shaky boat because a woman we like. We did a fi be a labor right. The river come down green, it's a pretty and bright. We did a fi be a labor right. The way me love shower in a green, me baptized. We did a fi be a labor right. Right now me nah about visa, cause we have one of the greatest leader. Me nah run with, go a foreign like triple X and go beef gravel leg out a freezer. Bout ya fit on green like Tracina. And we say no, we is freeze for the teachers. We have the prettiest women like Anne-Marie Vaz and sexy Venetia. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. Oh no, see center, my servant center. You know, St. James parameter. Our doctors in a use garbage bag. Yo, does you go like you no member? No blessings that flow like river. Every bad prayer return to sender. Dr. Cole and Blair teach drop out from when PNP never buy them no denture. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory. In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we shall have a victory.
Good evening, Labor Roots, and good evening to all other comebacks watching this channel. Welcome to another episode of Political Hard Talk. I am your host, none other than the greatest Laborite alive. Good evening, my people. Good evening. Now today we have a special program this evening. You know, we are featuring an elder this evening. I told you guys that we were going to move to, you know, some storytelling, you know, from elders that, you know, grew up back in the day and know a thing or two, know more than I do, you know. So we have the historian, farmer, MP caretaker, Mr. Dorlan Francis. You know, I will be getting him on the horn in a minute, you know. But let us get through, you know, our intro and the evening shoutouts. I have not seen the comments, so I don't know if anybody's commenting. Janet Green, big up yourself. I came across something just now, and I want to play it for us. You know, oftentimes I talk about how disgusting these people are who follows behind the PNP. You know, so I want to play this for you guys. I want you guys to listen. Please like up your live, my people. Double tap the phone screen or hit the three dots in the right hand corner of your screen. Hit the thumbs up button. Or if you see it otherwise, just hit the thumbs up button. Do subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber. Now I want to listen to this.
But I'm going to tell you, Jamaica. You see this man? This man he should have never taken that plea deal, that agreement. He knows he never killed his wife. He knows the scheme that is being plotted against him. He knows Jamaica. So, Silvera, why? Who coerced you? Who forced you to have taken that deal?
And the comrades are absolutely delusional, my people. I don't know where they come from, but they're not normal, and a normal people them. We are starting out a little bit early this evening, my people. So some persons might not realize that I am on so early. So if you can share the live, please do. Tap up the live, like up the live. The more like the live get, YouTube will promote the live so others can see it. So like up the live, my people. See, I am going to talk about this evening, the great Joshua. Many people, believe he was the greatest prime minister ever. Some of us elders told us that he was the best prime minister ever, and he was far from the people. However, it was polarizing. People loved him, people hated him, and it is what it is, or it was what it was. However, we have the history, and the history tell us that he was not a progressive leader, and because of him, Jamaica did not grow for a decade, and because it did not grow for a decade, that had knock-on effects, and it affected Jamaica greatly years later. See, so I'm going to get the great man on the horn, and we're going to kick off the program. I will do the shout outs once I see persons coming in. There's only 2 persons right now that have commented. Janet Green, big up herself. Antia, big up herself. So we are waiting for persons to comment, and then we'll roll out the shout outs. See? Let me get Mr. Dorlan on the phone. Andre Stevens is a madman, my people. He's a mad man. Are you guys seeing me? Are you hearing me? Am I blurry? And tell me what I go on. See? Dalton said best. I'm not sure what Dalton is talking about. Who's the best? Michael Manley? Alright. So I'm good to go. Alright. May I try get to Mr. Dorlan, so give me a second. Alright, John said me good.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Dorlan. Good evening.
Yeah. Yes, man. How you doing?
Well, I'm there, we're live. Turn down your device, though. Me sound like you echo a while ago. So if you watch me, turn down your device. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, my TV was on. Let me take out my phone out. Hold on.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome to the
How is the
program.
audio? How is the audio now?
Yeah, man. We feel it sound a lot better. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So,
Yeah, man.
So welcome to the platform, Mr. Dorlan. It is called Political Hard Talk, by the way, just like it was on TikTok. We move over to YouTube now. We know you're a man of great history, great storytelling. So we want to talk about the history of Michael Manley this evening. But before we get to that, Mr. Dorlan, I want you to give us a breakdown of the Silvera case and what you thought. What is your summarization of the whole thing?
All right. I notice quite a number of people are being outraged by the plea deal.
Yes.
I don't really have a problem with the plea, because I think it's grounded in law. And if the law allows for it, then, we have to respect that.
Yes.
What I'm waiting to see is the sentencing.
Yeah.
The sentencing I'm waiting to see, because the range kind of on the low side. I think the range is from 3 years to more than 20 years.
Yes.
For the sentencing for a manslaughter charge. So I would reserve my comment, or what I would advise, is that the sentencing must be sufficiently strong for the people to really accept it.
But Mr. Dorlan,
You know, if it
based on what we hear in the media, and it sounds like there were evidence that could have gone to trial. You don't think them should have tried to get justice in the interest of justice?
No, you know, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If a trial.
Yes.
I wonder if you remember what happened with cartel case.
Yes.
You had a juror on it, you know, who was bent on trying to take the other jurors, you know.
Yeah, man. Remember.
So when you have jurors like those,
Yes.
evidence are the matter, you know.
Okay.
Evidence are the matter, man. You could have the evidence hitching rock. If the jurors gonna decide, if you have one or two man come along and decide to collude and to cast certain verdict, you can run into a lot of problem, because you can still have hung jury, you know, even though the jury thing now is come down to the point where it's a murder, where the majority of the jurors will decide. But I don't remember. I think in a 7-juror case, at least 5 jurors have to decide the person is guilty or innocent, right, for the verdict to go either way.
Yeah.
So if you come down to a 4-3, suppose you come down to a 4-3, it would be a hung jury.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. I'm not a lawyer, and I might be wrong, but I know that even though you have a 7, we move from unanimous decision. That law was changed, and you know we were able to convict some of the people that was terrorizing the community before the dramatic reduction in murder has taken place. But the fact of the matter is that even with a 7-member jurors, you still have to have a certain majority, not just a simple majority.
Yeah.
I think the majority has to be 5 or 7 jurors. I stand corrected on that, but I know it is of that magnitude.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I said, member juror can have a 6-1 and then would still have a conviction. Say that's the 6 votes for conviction. I mean, in the days gone by, if one person says he's not guilty and 6 say guilty, then that would be automatically a hung juror, and you'd have to go try over.
Okay.
But with the change of the law, a certain majority of jurors can make a decision, you know, either way, either to free the person or to convict the person.
So you think,
right?
And
so the point I'm making is that jurors will still have a say in the matter.
Yeah.
And we know from past experience that jurors can be tainted.
So you think them are playing safe by going that route? Huh? You think the DPP is playing it safe by going that route then?
Yes. Actually, the DPP decides to share get some justice. It might not be the whole act, but she getting a good piece of the arm here, man. Like I say, because a manslaughter, the penalty is from 3 years, which I think is pretty low. I don't know why they're coming so low still. It's a very low bar. But it's 3 years up to a maximum of 20 years.
Yes.
And when I heard that, I said, if him not get at least the average, at least 10 to 11 years, I don't think no justice would have been served. So let's wait. I will wait and see what punishment is meted out.
I hear Karen Cross saying the same thing, that she will wait.
Hmm?
I heard Karen Cross saying the same thing, that she will wait. But I believe that they should have gone to trial and he should have gotten a life sentence for capital murder, you know. But You know, everybody have their own opinion. You know, I guess.
Yeah, Dujan. But let me say that. Let me say you could have ironclad evidence.
Yes.
You could have iron. Remember saying, no man. Those standards are very high, you know. A reasonable doubt, you know.
Yes.
Is reasonable doubt, you know.
Yeah.
The standard for murder is very high, man. And the jurors would have to be convinced beyond reasonable doubt. And therefore, a very skillful lawyer can show all kind of doubt, you know, man.
Yeah, but when you look upon him, Mr. Dorlan, when you look upon him and you see that the gun itself was tampered with after the fact. The crime scene was tampered with. The ballistics match. You know, shouldn't that we are sending people to prison pan circumstantial evidence? Those are evidence enough that could have sent him to prison. Don't you think?
Here's the thing. Yeah, but especially when you use circumstantial evidence, for example, in the Maitland trial,
yeah,
is a confluence of evidence, you know, man. Another one thing, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't two things and three things, you know. There's a lot of things, there's a lot of circumstances the prosecutor was able to put before the jury.
Yeah.
And I think that case was properly presented, you know. But you know, you can't see one incident, two incidents, or you know, a few.
Yeah.
If you come in circumstantially, you have to come overwhelming, man.
Well,
you have to come overwhelming.
Well,
so you can one or two things alone won't prove it. And one other thing, Dujan.
Yeah.
You see, in law, before the courts.
Yes.
Knowing is not proven.
No.
Yeah, you can't say a man do something, you know.
Yeah.
You can look, and if she said, we know see him do it. We know say I saw it go.
Yeah.
But prove it, you know. Prove it.
Exactly.
Knowing is not proven, and the bar is very high. It's beyond reasonable doubt. And when you're trying to prove something, a skillful lawyer can cause a reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
You understand? So you have that hurdle to overcome. The hurdle that you know a good lawyer can engineer doubt into the mind of jurors. And then on the other hand, you have jurors who can come there with they really want to inject politics. But let's say you have a panel of comrade jurors.
Yeah, man.
And then decide to and now make that comrade go down.
Yeah, it is very
possible. What do you think? Yeah, man. So therefore, me take the half a loaf, brother. But well, I wouldn't say half a loaf. I'll take the piece of bread, but more on the bigger piece. I'm hoping
we'll see what
that
March 6th.
the penalty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that the penalty will fit the crime.
I can tell you though, Mr. Dorlan, I would be a staunch advocate for the removal of the DPP if this brother get away with murder. For example, if he gets 7 years, you know, I will believe that, you know, he got away with murder. You know, so I would be calling for the head of the DPP then. You know.
well, you know, I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, but I think, as a matter of fact, the DPP has impressed me.
Yeah.
I think she's very cognizant of the country she's in.
Yeah.
And I think she's walking a chalk line. And I think I don't know the way she conduct the Maitland trial. She has impressed me, and I have confidence in her, and I hope she'll continue. I think it would have been a little harsh if you say you get 7 to think that you would want to you don't want some other heads to roll. I think that's a bit harsh. If me get 7 to 10, me think justice is served. 7 to 10. Anything under 7, I think it would be unfair unfair to the victim and all those who support the victim.
Well, that is how me and my supporter look at it, and all of my supporter wanted his head on a platter, so
yeah, hey, I hope the supporters are not wearing green tinted glasses.
I believe
because
I believe we are, but the law can't look funny the way.
I think that is the case, but we should be dispassionate about it, and we look at fairness.
Mr. Dorlan.
I believe the law allows for the plead. In law, they have a basis in law, and if they accept it, I think they are doing it on good legal grounds. And then, like I said, is the verdict now? Is the penalty?
Mm-hmm.
Is the penalty now where they're going to come with? And I hope they will weigh that careful and understand that the people are already they are outraged that a murder is now reduced to a manslaughter.
Yeah.
So therefore, if they come in with no little tap on the wrist, I don't think the public will accept that.
Yeah. Mr. Dorlan, before we move on to the whole Manley story, we have seen over the years, especially under the People's National Criminal Organization, they have, let the country go, and crime and violence have gotten out of control. We have seen over the last 2 years a dramatic fall in murders and serious crime in Jamaica. Can you say what is attributing to that? What is the cause of this dramatic fall? Because the PNP is saying that it has nothing to do with government policy. So can you account to us what is causing?
Well, the PNP need to get more serious with their pronouncement. Because I'm beginning to see them as puppy show. I hate to believe that the opposition party is a puppy show organization. They need to be more measured in their commentaries. And they can't just oppose everything. And they can't just try to discredit everything. Right? And it's total ridiculousness. We all know that it's the government that made the difference. From the law where Bruce Golden started pass.
Yes.
Because I didn't know we were able to even get, you remember when we get the gang trial?
Yes.
From him come with the anti-gang legislation.
I heard Mark Golden say that I heard Mark Golden's out of his mouth that it was him that brought the anti-gang legislation. I heard Mark Golden say that. No word of a lie. But we know
I didn't hear that, but you ever hear what I'm saying? Success has many fathers.
Yeah.
but failure is a lonely orphan.
Yes.
Is that he's gonna want to take get claim to be father of that successful program. But anyway, I think it was on Bruce Golden watch that the anti-gang legislation came to being.
Yes.
And one thing I know, if that from Bruce was there, we had a ridiculous situation where man commit 3 murders and still getting bail.
Yep.
And I remember when the JLP had to fight to get that bail. When they try to deny bail, because you kill one man and then you go kill a second man and you still getting bail. When I was a boy, from the police said, come for a man for murder, we know we're not going to see him again,
So what changed that, Mr. Dorlan?
Because not the laws these people come with. There was a time when if you're charged with murder, you don't get no bail.
These people being the PNP.
No bail for you. Huh?
These people being the PNP.
Yeah, yes. They always are sympathetic to criminals. I mean, they have so much more. I was hearing of a study where about 98% of the people in a prison are PNB supporters. That's what I was hearing, and that might explain why they are so sympathetic to criminals. Because even when the 2010 incursion in Tivoli take place, and when that move really put up brakes on the gangs and badmanism, and when Andrew went to Bunting and said, look, we could extend the state of emergency so we can move now go deal with the Klansman. They said no.
He refused. I remember.
They decided they was not going to support no more state of emergency and they could move against the Klansman, right? So they were there obstructing. They were blocking and tackling and preventing. And let me tell you something. The other day I was on a show and I said, I'm glad when they move against the state of emergency. Because we probably would have still be having the state of emergency. And our crime situation would not have been tamed.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm telling people that I believe the turning point in the Jamaica fight against crime was the Cherry Tree Massacre.
Yes.
And when the leader say, at time now you're going to meet the judge or meet Jamaica.
The stance got hard.
That was clear. Say, well, look, man, people are going to start go down.
Yeah, man, the stance got
and
hard.
If the state of emergency was still there, they would have gone for that. And a whole heap of the bad man, them, the whole heap of the murderer, them, would be in custody under state of emergency, which we know would sooner or later come to an end.
Yep.
Maybe within a year or so. The state of emergency would have ended and the same guy would be back on the street again. Right? And so I'm telling you, man, I believe when the leader decides, man, I'm going to meet them, I think that is where the turn came.
Yes. And that was a good thing. I fully support him in that. And I would have gone further. When the PNP was obstructing the states of emergency, I would have lumped them in as criminal and arrest them as well. If I were the leader.
Yeah, those are tricky things to do. I mean, Michael get away with that, but nobody else in Jamaica would not get away with it. You understand? Because civil society would not allow it. I mean, it was the civil society. This what the name?
JFJ and Jump and all of these things.
No. This other one. This thing where Arlene Harrison was the president for. What we call it again? Human rights. Yeah, I don't remember what the formal name.
Is not that merged to Jamaica for Justice? And that?
No, man. It's a human rights thing, man. The ombudsman, man.
Oh.
She was in the position of an ombudsman,
Okay.
And because she was the person who lead the thing and question the state of emergency,
Yeah.
And question the conditions under which these people are being held and all of that, And they were all there with their grand design to cast doubt on the state of emergency. And you see, sometimes, you have to careful what you wish for. Because like I'm saying, if the state of emergency was allowed to do its job, a lot of these criminals that are 6 foot and would still be above the earth. You understand? And the fall off in crime probably would not have been as dramatic as it has been.
So it is good.
Because as you and I know,
it is good.
You and I know, so enough of them guys, them will stay behind bar and still a harder hit out there, hit after hit after hit,
Yeah, man. So it is a good thing that the Prime Minister took a hard stance behind the massacre that happened in Cherry Tree Lane. That was the turning point.
Yes, man.
You know?
I believe that's the inflection point. And let me tell you something. I am very proud of the police.
Yes.
Very proud of the police. I think the police have undergone transformation. I don't know if you were around when we used to debate the thing, because the police was very corrupt at one time, brother.
Yeah, man.
Very corrupt.
I know.
And people was afraid to give the police intelligence.
Yep.
And right now, I know they are using a lot of signal intelligence and cyber intelligence and all those things.
Yeah, man.
But they still need human intelligence. Nothing still beats human intelligence. And I believe the police is now getting a lot of human intelligence.
Because
as you can see, most of their operation is intelligence-led, intelligence-driven.
Because now we can.
And I want to make the point.
Information.
I want to make the point. It is evident that when the police go for a man, if the man throw down his weapon and wave the white flag, it is evident that the police will let him in alive.
Yep.
Because I think, I don't know, I have a number right now, but it's a whole bad guys too, who is allowed to meet the judge, A lot of them don't meet the maker, So the police, I think the police have been very professional. The professionalism of the police force has made a big difference. And I think the leadership must be credited. Because when a guy step out of line, you can't say the leadership will come down upon them.
Yeah.
And if the leadership say certain little things they look like it is their direction is being carried out to the law, according to the force order and all of that. And if we check, I don't know if you have the number, I don't have it. But if we see how much people meet the judge versus how much meet the maker, I think it's almost a 50-50. Almost 50-50. So I hear people have about too much people meeting their maker. I like meeting the judge too. And I have no doubt it's because when the police go for demand them comply.
Them resist. Some of them resist.
And give up themselves.
The one them I resist, I have no issue for them to go home. I have no issue. I can see coming from Westmoreland, Mr. Dorlan, I certainly feel the difference. And time gone by, you could feel that there were imminent danger there. It is not there anymore. I can feel that when I go.
Yeah, may I tell you something? Westmoreland was where me get my first job,
Yes.
I used to teach at Grangeville.
Okay.
And I was there for 2 years. And during that time, man, the only thing we used to hear about them and the cane farmer, them when a man and them get caught up, they might limb up a man,
Yeah.
Might hear 1 and 2 chop up, but nothing like what eventually came to be.
Yeah.
When I was hearing about the Kings Valley gang and all them man there, because I used to live in Grangeville, man, and Crowd and them place the top Lincoln and Jerusalem. When we hear things that go on at them, we say, what? Those places were so peaceful.
Yeah, complete bush,
Peaceful, man. Paul Island, Jerusalem Mountain, all the way to Little London and them place the Devlin and them place. I wrote them my first wife come from, so I know them places well. Yeah. So Westmoreland was, like I said, where I started working. And when we saw the place turn, man, and the amount of murder that was taking place on them, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And it's nice to know that everything is coming under control now.
Yeah, man, everything copacetic down the place lively again. Pitney place skimmage in Miglai Road. Dog start running down again. One time dog did start running down in Mr. Dorlan, dog afraid gunman shoot them. As 3:30 coming and eat afternoon, dog gone at them bed. I can't imagine. You know,
And so many man would probably use the target practice, you know, and that got precious thing, you know, man. You carry a dog, man. Talking about dog, man. Then the man we have killed dog on the road must take time, man. I must can't avoid some of them. After I drive by and see a dog, and I say, I wanted that was a child if I see him, so I'm like, look, the child.
Yeah, man, I see that happen when
and I don't think so.
Somebody drive and
I don't think so. The motorists, they must take care of the animals, them, man.
Mm-hmm. So, Mr. Dorlan.
Too much. Yeah.
I want to walk me through Michael Manley's 9 years. I want to walk me through it from start to finish. You can do that for me?
Yeah, man, I can go as far as I want, man. But you know, when he became Prime Minister, he should have started from when he was leader of the opposition.
We want all of that from leader of opposition.
From 1969 when he took over from him daddy.
Yes, we want all our history, you know.
1969. I think one of the most egregious things that was done, you know, and where a lot of people don't dwell on it. In 1960, I think it was 61. The trial may have been in 61. The event took place in 1960. There was an insurrection in Jamaica in 1960 on Norman Manley, you know.
At first,
and that was led by a guy named Claudius Henry.
Okay.
He was the leader of the Rasta at that time. Okay. I'm not against Rasta. I'm a Rasta man, my friend, but we are deal with history and we can't ignore it. Okay. The fact of the matter is that Claudius Henry had a set of guys.
You know, before you said that, Mr. Dorlan, I never hear about it, but I actually hear about it, but I hear about it in the reverse. I was told that there was an insurrection against the government of Bustamante by the Rasta and Bustamante killed 2 Rasta. That's what I was told in Westmoreland. So I'm glad you straightened it up.
No, man. That's why a lot of people, because I said that to say, you know, because this is the Coral Garden incident there.
Yes.
You have a lot of people who, with them hindsight, you know, and the forward looking 50 years forward, they don't know what really got on, you know.
Yes.
But the Rasta they had a serious problem.
Mm-mm.
And they tried to overthrow Norman Manley.
Okay.
Right, they had a headquarters on Rosalie Avenue in Kingston. Right? And it was Claudius Henry was their leader. And them have an insurrection. And the Irish, I think it was the Irish Guard. The British regiment that was at Up Park Camp.
Yeah, man.
Maintaining the protection of the island. Yes. They were the one who responded to it, you know, because at that time, I remember saying Norman Manley was a premier.
Yeah,
he wasn't a prime minister. And we never have a Jamaica Defense Force at the time.
Okay.
So I think so the I don't remember if it was the Scottish where the soldier them came from. But at them went, and because what really happened, Claudius Henry, his son used to be in America. I think he was a Marine. And then he built a link with some other Marine in America. And they came down here and with them. They really wanted to overthrow the government. They all right, Fidel Castro, and look support. Right? And you had a lot of people was going to Rosalie Avenue, giving them money because they want to go back to Africa.
Okay.
And then there was the insurrection, and four of the British soldiers was shot. 2 of them died.
Mm-mm.
Right? And we had the first treason trial of 15 people them try. Them hung about 4 of them. About 4 of them. And Claudius Henry got 10 years in prison. Right? And I'm harping on Claudius Henry because I want to show you the type of person Michael Manley is.
Yes.
Claudius Henry, him was the,
We lose it for a second. We only hear
I didn't
Claudius
hear that.
Henry. We only hear Claudius Henry and then you cut out. So you say you wanted to show us
Oh,
what kind of person Michael Manley was. Then we hear you say Claudius Henry, then you
yes,
cut
yes.
out. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah, man. You didn't miss too much. So the point is, I want the people, I want the listeners, I want the viewers to understand that we had an insurrection in 1960. I think the trial was 61. So it occurred in 1960. All up at Sligoville. Big things going up at Sligoville, you know.
Yeah.
Because, the Brastaman, them, they basically take over around that area there, right? So them, they were operating like gorillas around there.
Okay.
And that a lot of action was took place up there. But so I want people to understand that there was a serious insurrection. English soldiers were two died and two others were injured. Four of them was shot, right? And then it led to a treason trial, the first of its kind, and the only time we had a treason trial in Jamaica, right?
Yes.
And Claudius Henry was tried for treason and he was convicted and he was given 10 years. And I think he served 6 or 7 years. I don't know how sentence go in Jamaica. You do two-thirds and then you get out.
Yes.
And you see, as Claudius Henry get out of prison, you know who form an alliance with him?
Michael Manley.
Michael Manley. Because Claudius Henry, he was a smart cookie, you know.
Yes.
He was smart, right? Because you see, Claudius Henry. It's Claudius Henry tell Michael say he must get a rod, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Because you're a Claudius Henry, though. Claudius Henry come now, you know, and talk about the Trinity of the Godhead.
Yeah.
Right, and it's a Celestial God, and Michael a Joshua,
yes,
and he was like Jesus. Claudius said he was like Jesus. That was the Trinity of the Godhead,
okay,
right? And a lot of people was outraged about it,
okay,
right? But so a party never angled it properly. You know, I aim to this day I criticize the way they angle it because. They were running out of half page ad, and them time the half of the nation couldn't read.
Okay.
And they was running half page ad to condemn the thing that Michael Manley said he would have been part of a Trinity of the Godhead. But the point though is the man formed an alliance.
Was Michael Manley opposition leader
Hello?
at this point, Mr. Dorlan?
Repeat that. I didn't hear the... Yes, I'm here. You hear me?
When Michael Manley formed the alliance with Claudius, was he opposition leader then? Or was he just a party man?
I think he was, let me see. He became leader 69.
Okay. So
and I think that was the year, Claudius Henry came out of prison.
Okay. So he was
right, after coming from his treason conviction.
Yes.
Right? So it's a very technical question they asked me, but Michael was he was big in the party at the time. I think he was leader of the opposition at the time when he formed it.
Yes.
And this Trinity of the Godhead. And what I found egregious was that Michael Manley was prepared to form an alliance with a convicted traitor who was sentenced to 10 years in prison. And as soon as he came out after serving 6 or 7 years, he came out. It was Michael Manley. And that guy was such he knew to organize. Because you see our music.
Yes.
Because in 1972, music TNT used win the election.
Yes.
And it was Claudius Henry who inspired that.
Yeah.
Right? Claudius Henry used to go to the PNP conference with them Kete drum and all them something there, you know. Go play drum. I don't want to say count all the and them and what part. I'm not sure. I don't know about that. But it was of that nature. You know, like, you know, I don't know if you know, Sons of Negus, Count Ozzy, and them man, they kind of drum where they kind of drumming when they used to do.
Remember, so me never did around the time then, Mr. Dorlan, but me hear of them, because me is a lover of history.
Me know, I am hoping you would hear, I've heard about Sons of Negus and Count Ozzy.
Yes.
And them man there. Anyway, but Claudius Henry guys them come with the drumming. And it was like electric. You know, we Africans love the music.
Yes.
And then the way you saw the drumming, it excites. So I mean Claudius Henry go a PNP conference, go play Kete drum and them other drum and do the drumming. Right?
Yes.
And Claudius Henry was the man who tell Michael say he must get a rod like Joshua.
The staff of David. Or the rod
yes,
of
man.
David.
Claudius Henry to give him that idea, say he must get a staff like Joshua. Because and Claudius Henry was the one who gave him the money called Joshua, you know.
Yes.
Call him Joshua because he stemmed from the Trinity of the Godhead.
Yeah.
Right? And that was not properly condemned. The Trinity of the God, sheer blasphemy took place, you know, in a country that is so religious as Jamaica, right? The time you have the Council Church, which is a hypocrite organization at the time, just like the JTA right now.
Yes.
Council Church is, you know, man like Early Garden, and was out communists. Right, but they were big, and some of the, you know, all the other members, you know, the council churches, and all them just, you know, you see like how the civic society, you know, anything PNP do, them just gloss over it.
Yes.
It's the same thing, then they just gloss over the blasphemy. You know,
so a long time
and you know,
then, Mr. Dorlan. A long time civil society have fight against the JLP then. You know?
Yeah, man. Because what really happened, it was established, you know, that the educated class support PNP.
Yes.
And then the uneducated class would support the JLP.
Yes.
So that's why you see so much teachers support JLP, you know, PNP, you know.
Yes.
And the council of churches and all them people, because them see they are educated and they can't associate themselves with those dirty laborites who are not as educated as they are.
Okay.
You know, but that's another story. I want to finish up with Michael. So that was Michael for you. Form an alliance with a man who was convicted for treason, who was sentenced for 10 years, did 6 or 7. When he came out, Michael embraced him. And he was one of Michael Manley's biggest advisor. And the music, which is what them used in 72 election.
Yes.
What is the idea? Michael Manley rod was his idea. A Claudius Henry, the criminal, tell Michael to get the rod. You understand? And the rod, you know, it is the biggest hoax ever played at the Jamaican people, you know. Because they say, I feel like to give Michael the rod. I not go so. That you hear me?
Yeah, man, me hear you. I remember hearing
yeah,
that as
okay.
well. You
know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. No go so, man. Selassie. Let me tell you what happened. Selassie came here. I think it was 66. Eddie Siaga invited Selassie.
Eddie Siaga, yes.
To visit.
Yes.
To visit Jamaica.
Yes.
And when Selassie come to Jamaica, you know, man, it was electrifying, you know. It was electrifying. And all of the rest of them come out. And the man them believe say the PNP would have lost the Rasta link, because the PNP and Rasta link up long time,
Yeah.
PNP and Rasta, we don't know them the farmer band. And they had a good thing going. And when Eddie Siaga bring in Selassie, and the way the man, the Rasta man, they became euphoric over the whole thing. And the PNP bigwig them, the Tapanaris them. Because PNP used to really run by Tapanaris,
Yes.
The Tapanaris them come and say, why we are going to lose the Rasta link, And we have to do something about it. And with the man them too, them come up with the thing says. And then with Claudius Henry, I tell Michael, him call Michael Joshua. And Claudius Henry, the criminal, gave him that name.
Yes.
Same as Joshua. And him, Claudius Henry, the criminal, tell Joshua say need to get a rod. Have a staff like Joshua and Moses.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then they just play teen and say, is Selassie give him.
Yeah.
Right? And from your boy, I say, where the picture them there?
Yeah.
If Selassie give Michael Manley a rod,
They would have that picture.
there must be some picture of that somewhere.
Yes.
I tell my comrade friend and say, from you can't show me a picture and you can't prove you know, you just make up the story. I don't tell them just make up the story. It's a Bobo Dread from Fern Gully, carve the rod, give Joshua. It's a Bobo Dread in Fern Gully, carve the rod and give Joshua.
Mm-mm.
And when him go around and God meet and hold that the rod, it's like, oh God, man, it's like a Jesus himself. It was of madness, but it was all a scam.
Me I laugh because you see kind of person maybe would have known say foolishness. I would take to it. So
What? Well, that again surprised me, because anyway, them days they couldn't do political research, opposition research like we can do it today.
yes.
But and then me a young youth, me wasn't even involved in that. We didn't have young Jamaica at the time, anyways. So the youth wasn't very too active.
Yeah.
But we dropped the ball there, so because we should have had some opposition research where say where and when did Michael go get the rod? Instead of we try to take away the rod from him. And when we try to take away the rod from him, it only make him look larger than life.
Yeah.
It only make him look larger than life, So one time I did come and say him had Michael rod. Because I didn't realize it, because I didn't know things when he threatened them when him see them,
Yeah.
And he realized, say, the rat thing, we get out on. So at one time, he claims him to have the rod, and he really never have it,
Yes.
And when Michael bust the rod again in our next meeting, oh God, man, that must be how the rapture gonna feel, man.
We can just imagine.
It was electrifying.
We could have just imagine. Yeah. One piece of cartoon or you go on back in the day and check my people there.
Yeah, man. So that was the first trick. That was the first trick. The rod was a big trick. And anytime you talk to any comrade, ask them, make them show you a picture of that. And make them show you Michael travel, because them came to Ethiopia, him go get it. And now when Mama so when Selassie then Michael go to Ethiopia.
Yeah.
No, they go to Ethiopia before. Right? So all those travel itinerary could use to prove that he went to Ethiopia and was given a rod. But ideally it would have been photographs.
We can pull up then something there and Mr. Dorlan in our hands can pull up all of them something they know and research it. See? So we might have
but them things they wouldn't be in hands, because you just make up them concoct them story, man.
Well, you know,
what probably is in
what
Andar
we
is
can do,
the state of emergency.
what
And
we
the
can do,
gunpowder plot and all them nonsense.
what we can do, Mr. Dorlan, say, for example, you saying the travel the day you go to Ethiopia and in come back with the rat the day, we can actually look in our hands at what did that go on in our house.
Well, if you know, I think you'll have to deal with immigration people.
Yeah.
Maybe immigration people. Because I have to say, answer wouldn't. It only matter the discourse in the house will be in there.
Yeah, me understand.
You know?
But me say, if for example, say a matter was being discussed in the time that we can say, boy, something that I discussed the time, yeah, and Michael Manley was present, so he could have possibly did there so at that time, you know.
Well, okay, that's what you mean.
Yes,
That's what you mean.
Yes.
But anyway, so that was some of the thing, man. And the man them knew them thing there, and that's how when they sent it to election, right? It was a hype and thing, you know. Them they come with the two missing school, which was, you know, the same thing with them I try to use right now. Started from that time where they try to allege corruption, because it's a PNP playbook. When they are in opposition,
yes,
they allege that the government is doing corrupt deeds, right? And the two missing school was a big thing, during that time, you know, because Shera had gone and got $9 million US. And he was supposed to use that 9 million and build 50 junior secondary school. Mm-hmm. He was supposed to use it and repair or build four teachers' cottage. 4 teachers' cottage. I think that was out of that money. Church teachers' cottage was built, and some others, money teachers' college was expanded, right? And you had out of the money, you know, $9 million US. 50 schools were slated to be built.
Yes.
Of that 50 schools, you had a number of like the rural schools, teachers' cottages were built like a Grangeville.
Yeah.
Because the teacher's cottage was built out of that. Grangeville was built from scratch.
Yes.
The teacher's cottage was built, and I mean the principal's cottage was built, and then you had teachers' cottages were built. I lived on campus at Grangeville too.
Yes.
So I think it was 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 cottages were there where teachers could stay on campus, and then they were the principal's school, and it was out of that money that the schools were built, right? And what really happened is that Jamaica changed from pound, shilling, and pence to dollars and cents.
Yes.
Right? And the
change the money.
The effective date of the change was September 1969.
Yes.
I think at the same month, Michael and Norman Manley died too. But the changeover, the conversion took place in September 1969, right?
Yes.
But what really happened, you know, to do things like that,
the conversion lesson the money. You understand?
The legislation had to come from a year before.
Yeah.
So from January 1968.
Yeah.
They brought legislation to Parliament to allow for the conversion of the pound to dollars and cents by September.
Yeah.
So the point is, because of those activity, you have legislation which will permit the conversion. Those legislation came about from 68. Right?
Yeah.
And so from 68 now the dollar start lose value.
Yeah.
It is not because of any mismanagement of the government.
It is because
we never have enough reserves or anything like that. But it's just a normal function. When you converting from pound, the exchange the exchange, you're going to lose something in the exchange.
Yes, I understand.
And that is what happened. The conversion. That was the biggest thing, because in the Costa report found that that was the main reason why two of the schools could not be built.
Yeah, because the conversion would have cost him money for lessons, so he could have built two high school.
Right. So we couldn't build two of the school. And I tell you, man, talking about Michael Manley, the party called Manley and said, you know, because of budgetary constraints, we won't be able to build two of the school. And Michael Manley was supposed to get one high school in Central Kingston. And you know, Michael called in a journalist and show them, see, the school should have been built right here. But no school will be built. Schools are missing. And them use that, man, two missing school. And it was hell. Even to this day, I see bloggers writing about the thing, you know.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, it was one of the best spending of public funds in Jamaica. $9 million. And it built 48 junior secondary school. And when you look at those schools, I remember when I look at the Grangel design, you could see the thing was designed properly. You look at all the guardrails for the balcony. Sometimes I look and see how them curves. Me wonder how they did it. The thing was neat. Yeah, the quality of the finish of those schools were remarkable. And those 48 schools, they formed the backbone of Jamaica big high school system right now. Mm-hmm. I started out at junior secondary, and they formed and they moved into high school. Almost all of them now is high school. And those were built by Shearer. And you know something, those 48 schools were built in 5 years. A 5 year it takes to build them. That is why the Jamaica economy was growing leaps and bounds, because those are the kind of activity that was taking place in the country. Yeah. Right? But the point though is that out of such remarkable achievement, Michael Manley was able to come and cast doubt on the whole thing, said two of the school missing. And one of the other things is that why the budget was busted. Remember, I said Jamaica does get independence, you know.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, our technical skills weren't what it is today. We were learning as we go. I don't realize them man a thief, nothing. But maybe man I make mistake, you know, because I remember when I was building the Yellow pipeline.
Yes.
He might build it while he might design it, you know. Right? But in those days now, the whole design function, if you do all of them things there, you put back and forth with it, and you know you may not have been as efficient as they could have been, right? Because we are a young country. We just learn, you know.
Yes.
And that was part of it. Another thing is those schools were designed was supposed to it's $2 per square foot, you know. Was supposed to build it, you know.
Yes.
And then after you have the conversion from pound shilling pen to dollar and cents, which called the inflation. They end up costing $3 per square foot.
Okay.
Right? And also there was a lot of variation that took place. Because some of the school, I think one school was designed for 400 kids, you know.
Yes.
And then when they take a second look at the thing and realize that the school was being built in a growing community, a community that had a lot more people.
Yeah.
Then they decided to build a school for 1,000 people.
Okay.
You understand? So those were the kind of variation that took place. And to this day, yeah, man, maybe a man like Trevor Man will come out and talk about those things. And there's some big, great corruption went on. And nothing could be further from the truth.
And you know what the worst
Nothing could be further.
Him know the truth. And that me not like with them, you know.
That's the thing. That's the thing. They know the truth. They know, but they use it. They use it. I mean, I tell you something. They took me in school, man, along with Claudius Henry, right? And the music, because them time and Ben Manley was big at JBC, and she had the direct link with the musician them. She had a direct link with the musicians. So between she and Clancy Eccles, them come with some music, man, with sweet people off of them foot. And that is why he must be able to sweep 72 election. Was able to sweep 72 election.
So talk to him,
you know what? How much time you have now?
We have all night, man. Me have tomorrow. So talk to you about Michael Manley 2 first year in a government. How he did look and you know when things start.
All right. Yeah. All right. Okay. So Michael one day 72 election. A leap year election was enough. February 29th, 1972. Yeah, she run out the clock on them, man, but he had to go for the 29th of February, 1972, and Michael won, right?
Yes.
And by 74, him come and say, I'm a democratic socialist. I want to speak on that a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Right? So, when people ask him, you know, him say, but you never run say you were a democratic socialist. His answer was this. I remember it quite well. Him say, we did not say we were not. Because the PNP was always a democratic socialist party when it was founded.
Yes.
And then, so Michael say, when people start take him on and say, look, man, you're talking about you're a democratic socialist, but when you're running a campaign, you never mention the word. You never mention it. And Michael said, we did not say we were not, so therefore you have to agree that you have to think that we were always democratic socialists. And let me tell you something, man. The PNP, you see, when the JLP accused of being communist,
yes.
And when Bush accused of being communist,
yes.
They were right. They were right. Because the way the PNP, O.T. Fairclough was the one who organized the PNP. And O.T. Fairclough organized PNP on a group system. You know, that's how the PNP is structured.
Yes.
Yeah, the PNP is structured along groups.
Groups, yeah.
Right? And what they did, they had the teachers, you see, like the teachers, Jamaica Teachers Union, you know, which is the forerunner to JTA,
yeah,
was a member of the PNP, you know. It was a card-carrying member of the PNP. It was a group within the PNP.
Wow.
Jamaica Teachers Union.
Wow.
You understand? The Farmers Union, Jamaica Farmers Union was a member of the PNP. Right? So you had the PNP structured based on a group basis. But I say all of that to say there was a group within the PNP called the National Reform Association.
Yeah.
The NRA. Now the NRA was led by Ken Hill, who was a vice president of the PNP at the time. Okay. Ken Hill.
Okay.
And Ken Hill and the NRA was communist. Was straight out communist, you know, not no Fabian socialist, you know. You have Ken Hill, you have him brother Frank Hill, you have Rupert Hart, and another guy named Henry. Yeah. It was Willie Henry. Willie Henry was the farmer.
Yes.
And he controlled the Farmers Union, but he was a member of the PNP though.
Yes.
But there's another guy named Henry. That's where the 4H come from.
Okay.
Kenil, Frank Hill,
Henry.
Rupert Hart,
Henry.
and a guy named, and I think Willie Henry his name too,
Yeah.
but he wasn't the farmer.
Yeah.
He was the one who led the agricultural society.
Yes.
And those guys were straight up communists. They were not Fabian socialists. They were communists with sympathies for Moscow.
Yeah.
You understand? Moscow. And so when that's why you know, Buster was a member of the PNP.
I know that. Yes.
But Buster was a member of the PNP, and so when Buster said they were communists, and that's why I'm leaving and go farm the LP.
Yep.
Yeah, you hear all kind of talk about how they let him out of prison on the condition that he would have challenged. He would have challenged the PNP. Not like that, because the PNP had an alliance with Britain.
Yes.
So there was a lot of people in Britain who was comfortable with the PNP.
As I said that, Mr. Dorlan, I'm glad they make the distinction because we want to show the people them. That is why Mark Golding is fighting against our Republican dream now to go to a republic, because the PNP is naturally aligned to Britain. Go ahead, Mr. Dorlan.
Yeah, yes, man. They are big sympathy, man. I mean, they're affiliated to the British Labour Party, right? But I see a lot to say that the National Reform Association, led by Kenil, wasn't that the kind of socialist. He was socialist. He was socialist out of Russia. So when Buster decided to take himself from PNP, because he said, communist down there, he wasn't telling no lie. He wasn't making up no story.
He was telling the truth.
Yes, of course. They was hardcore. You see, Rupert thought the other day, them still unrepentant communists.
Mm-hmm.
Still unrepentant communists. You understand? And so the NRA was there because I think it was 54 them get them out of the PNP, you know.
Yeah.
1954. Because what they were doing, you see, like what them do with Bernard, what them do with Morris Bishop of Grenada, Bernard Card come in and do overthrow Morris Bishop and take over Grenada.
Yeah.
And see, I've got a play they most planning to do, you know. They most planning to take over the PNP from Norman Manley, you know. And that is when them get wind of it and OT Fairclough, Sorrel, Glasspool and them man there, which really wasn't communist. Them decide that we have to get rid of them man.
Yeah.
And them get rid of the 4 H's. That's why that's the time when them expel the 4 H's. Yeah. And those 4 H's were straight up hardcore communists. They were members of the National Reform Association.
The PNP today is going through something similar with Rise United. So history repeat itself.
Yeah, man. The PNP, but I don't know. It's just a lucky party. Because the PNP, you know, when it was found, you know, a snobbish party, you know. Norman Manley was a barrister, you know, of great repute. You know, Mir said never lose no case, but Mir they never take case if you know that the man them guilty still. But you never lose no case, so was there. And you used to hear about the drum blare crowd. The drum blare crowd. A pure stuff. And that is where people feel like only during my time, you know, when I grew up as a youth, you know. Everybody with education at PNP, you know. Everybody with education at PNP, because that is how they project themselves. Elitist, snobbish, right? They were very snobbish because the PNP was founded 38th.
Yes.
September 30th. And the JLP was founded in 43.
Yeah.
Right? And for the 44 election, the JLP was able to field 29 candidates. But the PNP could only field 19 candidates after they were found 6 years before the JLP.
Because them have too much aristocrats in them midst.
There you go. They were picking, choosing, and refusing. If you were not a lawyer, a doctor, a teacher, because a head teacher them deal with too. And big businessmen, because at one time the big businessmen in Jamaica, the PNP them the back,
Yeah.
The Matalans, the Alexanders, and all them people. The Russells, big time PNP them.
Yeah.
You understand? So they were red-faced, snobbish, and them wouldn't give poor people the time of day. You see, during the 1938 rebellion,
yeah,
when the man them tell man, if you go from go help, you can't farm them down there.
Yeah.
Man said them man, they are cane piece rat. They might go have money, can pay him. And them go down there. But Buster went down there. You understand? Buster went down there, go defend the cane piece rat them. So, and that is why the labor them was called dirty labor, because we were the downtrodden of society. The laborites were the stevedores who used to unload the ship down Harbour, down at the Kingston Harbour there. Plus the cane piece rat. You understand? The man used to walk barefoot and not tear up clothes. Right? But the JLP will be able to field 29 candidates and could have field 30. Because I think this man Harold Allen him name, who was Buster Finance Minister, who ran in East Portland. He ran as an independent, but him caucus with the JLP. Yeah. So the JLP never put up no candidate against him. Okay. So we could have 30 candidates, but we field 29, right? And the PNP that was there 6 years before the JLP
could not find 20.
Field 19. 19 candidates, and they were top and Harris. And you see, when that man they lose him seat.
Yeah.
At that time, the PNP realized the poor people have power.
Yeah.
They realized the poor people have power, because even at that seat, Buster put in Isaac Barrant for running Eastern St. Thomas.
Yeah.
Isaac Barrant, was a orphan. His parents died when he was young.
Yeah. And
the youth went to survive and do anything, And he used to be the sideman on a truck, Sideman on a truck. Isaac Barrant. And Buster embraced that. Right? Rather man like Leopold Lynch, who run East Portland, West Portland. Leopold Lynch was a tailor who ride a bicycle. And the JLP used him as a candidate at West Portland. He winning, he kept on winning too. And then, from around West End, that time it was Western St. Catherine.
Yeah.
We had a man named John Reed George Henry. A donkey him ride, Sometimes I walk barefoot,
Yeah.
Donkey him ride. Right? And then put him up against BT last. Because a pair wrist up PNP use BT last. And when John Reed George Henry beat BT last, he crying to him, not understand, because they don't understand how the people them go for a man like John Reed George Henry, and him a big time principal, and the people never vote for him. But that was how they went about their selection.
Yeah.
The PNP was a very snobbish party, and it was after the first election when the JLP won. I almost see them win after the 32. I think it was 22. No. There was 22. And yeah, four 4 or 5 independents and PNP won 5 seats.
Yeah.
So between PNP and independents, they won 10 seats. JLP when he had a 22,
Yeah.
right? With man like Isaac Barrant, Leopold Lynch, a Taylor who rode a bicycle, John Reed, George Henry, and there was another guy, who ran a small businessman, very humble small businessman who ran in a South St. Catherine, and him won. Yeah, I think him beat one of the Alexander them. Wasn't Carlton Alexander, I think it was a Carlton daddy or some other relative, but one of the Alexanders. Evans, the guy named Evans. So the party was full of humble people, little people.
Mr. Dorlan,
right?
And me have a question to ask you. About 2 days ago, I was on a platform and I heard somebody said that the political war of the 70s and the 80s was started by Edward Seaga. Can you shed any light on that?
That's foolishness, man. That's why we check out Seaga. First of all, let me tell you something. Dudley Thompson was in West Kingston.
Yes.
Eddie Seaga, all right. Buster start the first election, Buster go to West Kingston, cream that. And by the second election, he had to run and go to Clarendon.
Yeah.
Right? He go South Clarendon, set up a headquarters at Moko.
Yeah.
I said, why? I don't know if you know when they used to stigmatize people from Moko. So Moko people have no sense. Because Buster did have a headquarters there. And the stigmatized, we're going them do that. Right? So the thing is, Buster had to run from West Kingston. When Shera went there to go run the second election, then burn up Shera car. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Burn up here, bring violence to him. Okay?
Yeah.
And then, so West Kingston used to change them MP every year, every election,
Yeah.
And then Seaga went round there. Because Seaga, that man will like challenge. Because Buster, they want to give him a seat, They want a seat when he can't fight for. And him go around West Kingston. And Dudley Thompson was around there at the burning spear. Right?
Okay.
And at this, so gun violence rear its ugly in Jamaica. So no Seaga do nothing. The one thing with me, and that's why I mean stay back at that man the fear. And say he not trouble nobody, but he not run from nobody. Right? Because when I think, if you start running, you can't stop running. You have to just keep running. You can't run in politics, you can't run, you have to stand up.
Yep.
And if a hill I go dead pan, go and go dead pan the hill. But you have to stand up, you can't run. And him go there and him stand up because the man him take violence to him, but him stand up to them.
Yeah.
And him defend round there and him win round there. Right? So when the man him come tag, make them go because a PNP introduced the first organized gang in Jamaica. Group 69.
Group 69. I heard about
Group
it.
6. Yeah, Group 69. They call, as a matter, you're right name Group 69 because PNP built by a group. Now, Group 69 at the headquarters of 69 Matthews Lane.
Yeah.
69. Matthews Lane. That's why they named Group 69.
Yeah.
Right? And they were the muscle for the PNP.
Okay.
They were the muscle organized by Willie So Isaacs. So, and then there was a by-election up in Garden Town, and they saw them come flex them muscle. And they went up there, and then beat a guy named Joseph Taylor and kill him. He was the first man with dead from political violence in Jamaica, and was a labor right.
I read that 3 PNP mob him and kill him. I think 2 of them went to jail and 1 get off a case. I can't remember exactly. But I think that's how.
Well, the thing is, I only know of Willie So Isaac who was convicted. Because what really happened them, there was a earned inquiry. the Earn, I forget his first name, but it was called the Earn report, which showed that the violence was instigated by the PNP.
Mm-mm.
And Willie Sohaida was convicted for robbery Rosin, right? And it was then him said that a few broken skull in the building of a nation is no big thing.
Mm-mm.
So he was wearing his conviction with a like a badge of honor,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when you talk about violence and things, that is where it come from. It's PNP, because I remember now, JLP, we won the first election, we won the second election. We are government. What we need to do violence for?
Yes.
We don't need to do no violence. We don't need to do violence. So the PNP know them coming to violence in I think it was 54 of them come with the violence, right? At that parish council election in Garden Town.
Yeah.
And they carry over into 55 and they must be able to win 55. Because them start show muscle, them start use muscle and aggression. So they win 55. Understand?
Yeah.
So when people talk, it's nonsense. I mean, it's just what you call propaganda. Those were the original fake news, right?
Yeah.
Talk about Siaga do this and that. No. Siaga just grown in the West Kingston and the organized view with them. And they're not running from nobody. Not running from nobody.
So I want to talk to Mr. Dorlan about, Michael management of the country during his tenure. We have to hear about that. How he managed the country in his tenure.
All right. Yeah, that was atrocious. Michael Manley won election in 1972. Right?
Yes.
He won election 1972. Eddie Siaga was finance minister and over $157 million in reserve to him. And Michael Manley said, no believe in having money in the bank while people are hungry, right?
Yes.
And he implement the first relief employment program we call the crash program, right? And relief employment program was supposed to provide employment to 20,000 people. 20,000 people. And every week, 77,000 checks were drawn. And that was what depleted that reserve in record time.
If you employ Mr. Dorlan?
Say that again?
How much persons you said the program was to employ?
20,000.
20,000 and 70,000 check right every month.
So every week, 77,000 check was written every week.
Every week, my stick God.
Yeah, a weekly they were paid. Right. So the plan was to provide relief employment for 20,000 people, but 77,000 checks were written every week. You understand? And that is what depleted the reserve that was there. And then Michael him in 73 him come with a budget, and that was when him announced free education to university level. Right? And Michael never have a clue where the money was coming from to finance that. He never have a clue. He stood up in Parliament. I don't remember the exact date now. I know he talked for about 8 hours.
Yeah, that's the longest speech.
He was there. It was a marathon session. And in April, he announced free education to university level. When Jamaica signed the first IMF agreement that it used, where the funds were used?
In
June 1973. at June 1973, we signed the first IMF agreement where we had to draw down. I think we got 26 million special drawing rights. And that special drawing right is last year, and within the year, we would have for the 26
so
million.
So let me ask you a question, Mr. Dorlan. How you might give free education and we are draw down money from IMF?
That's a very good question, and that's where I'm going with it. So when he come and announce about free education to university, it was just a political thing, feel-good thing. It had no foundation. It had no foundation. Right? It had no means of doing. Sometimes they come and talk about, oh, they was going to use the bauxite levy because I'm planning to increase the bauxite levy. But you can't do that. Because when you impose the bauxite levy, you know, so, the bauxite comes in and wouldn't have close shop and leave like they did. So you could be planning on that revenue for it. But him never had know where the money coming from, but him announced it. And to this day, everybody think he was the greatest prime minister ever because of that. Although him announced something and offer something which he had no money to finance. Coming like a broke pocket man, we go sweet talk a girl. And the girl think him is the man is the greatest thing ever. But he's not nothing in his pocket. Right?
So that
man.
That never materialized, Mr. Dorlan.
What?
The free education up to university level. That never materialized because people said them go to university for free.
Yeah, a lot of people was able to go into university. That's why a lot of people still support the PNP.
Okay.
A lot of people was able to go to university. But what they do now, they try to go and like say, all free education, what Michael doing, which nothing couldn't be further from the truth because I mean the scholarship program was there, and it was Michael Manley was the one. I think it was 57 he implemented it, and what he did was to change. He had a system of common entrance, right, where children could, pass a certain exam and was able to go to high school, right?
Yeah. So
Norman Manley implemented that. In that year, the budget, a 75% of the budget input in education. Him build the Ministry of Education at Hero Circle. And then he was, providing everything. So, if you ever hear the comrade them say labor help for selfish to education. You ever hear that?
First me I hear that.
Eh?
First me I hear that prior, I never hear them say it yet.
Yeah, man, them always do it, man, so we prefer selfish to education. You see, because you don't know how to develop people, you understand?
Yes.
Because I'll tell you how that came about. Because when Norman was putting 75% of the budget in education, Buster said to him, then Norman, you want to put everything in education? The people have to eat. And it was that was the comment that them used, and then they come to about labor prefer selfish to education. That was one of the most disingenuous comments you can imagine. But it just goes to show that the Labour Party was always a party that would provide government that understand human development. Because when you went to put everything in education, and you're not catering to the nutrition of the people, them. What you really say you're doing, right? So, him remind them so the people are sweet. But come back to now to Michael Manley, man. Michael come and announce him free education. I'm going to say he was doing everything from scratch. And not like that, because the JLP understand human development. And the JLP focus on technical education. Dintil, where me go. There, St. Andrew Tech, St. Elizabeth Tech.
I think Froome
and
Froome
say that again?
I think Froome in Westmoreland was a technical high school as well.
Yeah, that may have been a later date,
Yeah.
a later thing. But the point I'm making though is that the JLP had a plan to improve the skills of the nation.
Yes.
And them understood technical education.
Yes.
I was focused on that. And sheer right was we implement free education to technical schools from 1970.
Yeah.
I went to Dintil 1970. Everybody know how old I am. I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, but me never pay a cent to go there. I went to Dintil when there was free technical education. So people come and go and like say, Michael, what do you want to introduce? Not like that, because there was scholarship going on and then there was half scholarship. You know, because me remember one time me passed a half scholarship, but my people them couldn't manage to send me to school and we never go.
Yeah.
And then the following year, we win the technical scholarship. I went to Dintil.
Yes.
But people were going to technical school for free from 1970. I 72, Michael come to power. And then come and try to claim everything like he didn't provide us free education. It was rubbish. I went to Dintil technical school for free.
A long time,
and people went to
Michael behavior, you know, love thief things and say him do things when him do nothing. You know? Yeah,
man, they did a lot of that. They changed the name after like Jamal and all them things. We had adult literacy before it came about, you know. So we had all of that going. Yeah, man, but him coming, man, and you know, when they don't understand development of people and place. And they don't understand that you have to pace yourself. You can't do everything one time. You can't do everything one time. You see all when the JLP was doing the technical education. I don't know if you ever hear about tool and die, because it's now Artrust NTA. It's part of the Artrust system. But tool and die will build along Shanine Road. I had machinery used to take place around there, you know.
Yeah, I never heard about tool and die before.
Yeah, man, tool and die, man. But because it's the JLP set up industrial estates. All of the industrial estates in Jamaica, JLP set it up. JLP set up Tinson Pen Industrial Estate was the first industrial estate. Where Colgate Palmolive was, where Home Electrics used to be. All of them, the industrial place around there. So JLP set it up. And they set up the Tool and Die Institute right there. So that institute was supposed to train millwrights who would have come in now and maintain these factories, you know, that was right around it, you know. And let me tell you something. I don't know JLP people are sense, you know, and forward looking, you know. Because it's like Tinson Pen. You see where the harbour is, you know where Kingston Harbour is?
Yeah.
You can walk from Tinson Pen Industrial Estate. You walk by the harbour. And there was a Tinson Pen airdrome right there where you could have fly your things out. And then, of course, Palisade, the airport was just across over the other side, right? So that was the logistics of the whole thing. You can see the forward looking, you know, the industrial heartland. Then you had Tool and Die, the millwright place where people could have trained millwrights who would have then come maintain these factory. So Tinston Pen was the first industrial estate, right? Then you know where Rianeville is, where them warehouses, where them drum and them something there.
No,
And Spanish Town Road.
I think I might have drive past it a couple of times. Yeah.
You probably drive past it. You can't miss it. It's some white building, you know.
Yeah, man, I definitely drive
So
past it.
round this on name Nanspen.
Yeah.
Round this on name Nanspen. That was another industrial estate for JLP built. Industrial estate. Right now, one of the most prominent building over there. It used to be a place called Holiday Luggage. Holiday Luggage. We used to make our own suit over there, you know.
Yeah, man, me hear about Holiday Luggage. We used to make our own suitcase and things.
Yes, man. We used to make our own suitcase. Yeah, right? And that was non-spend. So the JLP built Tinston Pen, first industrial estate, then non-spend, right after, so across from Riverton. And a number of, I don't remember all the factories that were there. I know some, and some warehouses were there, but that was the next thing. And then now the other industrial estate was Twickenham Park.
Yeah.
Industrial estate in St. Catherine. Right? It's why we used to make Berwick factory. Where we had a Berwick battery factory.
So let me ask you a question, Mr. Dorlan. How come we had all of those industrial estates? And I'm assuming that they would have created jobs for the mass. How comes Jamaica went into a negative and went into a decline? We went into the reverse, actually. And Manley, how comes if we had all of those things that was built already and was there that he inherited?
I said, you know, these things can't run on them own, you know. I need leadership. You have to have a vision and can inspire the people. But in terms of the amount of either 130 odd factory share I open, you know, during this time, you know. Share I used to open a factory every month. Every month. You know, so we used to have some Stero.
Yeah, man.
On Camp Road.
Me about it.
Yeah. We used to build Stero system, man, and Camp Road. We used to build fridge. Home electrics was done by Ashenine Road and other things. Oh, dear, man. We had to make bus one time, you know. We used to make bus one time.
Even trucks used to come in the island without the tipper. Trucks used to come in the island without the tipper, you know. We used to make a tipper with on the back.
Yes, man. And the body and everything, man. Yeah, yes, man. We did a lot of things. So the JLP, the Bogue Industrial Estate in Montego Bay, JLP built that. Right? Albion Industrial Estate. That's because that time Lightburn was like industrial genius, you know. That man, he was an engineer, you know, and he had all the industrial patent, you know. He had patent where he register. I think he had enhanced Maggie Ferguson factory what you call it, tractor. Maggie Ferguson, he designed some things for it and things. He was like that.
Yeah.
There were some brilliant minds. Understand? And we were going great guns. What do you think? When we grow and I share, you know, man, our GDP growth was 6% on average, you know, per year, you know. Our average GDP growth was 6% a year. And a share. They might build school and we have build factory out every day, we have build hotels, all kind of things, man. We were going great guns. We were going great guns for 2 years. I think it was 54 and 55. We surpassed Singapore in per capita GDP for 2 years in a row. And that's why Lee Kuan Yew come and say, with them man down here do. With them man down here do. And Lee Kuan Yew came here to learn from where we are do.
So had Michael Manley continue to allow the country to run, you know, how he get it. Probably Jamaica would have
And
been a
Michael,
first world country today.
and Michael Manley the place, man. Michael Manley mash up the place. Totally mash up the place. The man was driven by ideology. John Adams in America, the second president of America, the ideology is the science of a fool. Ideology is the science of idiots. And that is what Michael came with, ideology. Because when Shearer and Siaga and all them, they must have managed the country. They don't come with no ideology. We never hear about no capitalists and all them something there. Country just have gone and have developed. And then Michael now come with him ideology. The science of an idiot.
So, Mr. Dorlan, where were you? Where were you in 76 when the PNP started to lock us up? Where were you in 76?
I was at cash. Those were great times, man. Maybe you wouldn't know me. If certain things did go on, you wouldn't know me. You wouldn't know me because my daddy is activist, you know. My daddy is labor right.
Yeah.
And any of them did lock him up. Things were different.
Yeah.
Any of them did lock him up. But the thing is, the fortunate thing is that I don't think them, you know, man, they must have decided that JLP could have get certain things. So we're St. Catherine and probably now I try to take with that. So because of that, the activists them around us was locked up. But that was me them have enough fear, you know. But me have to say those were dread times because every day I wonder when them will come for your daddy. Yeah. Every day. I wonder when them will come for him. And then I'm glad they never come because I they done a thing map out already. I told me not go do. Yeah.
You know, I watch a Manley, a Beverly Manley docu-series the other day, and she spoke about the fear that she and Manley had when Siaga won the election in 80, because they thought that Siaga would have took revenge for 76. You know, I don't know why he didn't, but he should have. You know, in my view.
No, but them man there, that's why, you know, me yield to the wisdom of them man there, you know. Me yield to the wisdom of the current leader. Because like me I tell you, if I remember do certain things. Because I remember when we did in conference 19. No, I think it was 1980 conference. I think we had an early conference, 1980, just before election. And when Pernell Charles come and say, leave Michael Manley to me. And me say, if you're a civil society, you must walk it back. Because I said, no, Michael, if you do all kind of wicked things, but you can't, you know, pay him back.
So this was after they locked up Pernell Charles?
Yes, man. Okay. Lock up Pernell Charles, man. Lock up Pernell. Michael a wicked man, you know. I know I have a whole comrade friend, but my comrade friend, let me tell you something. Michael, man, is a wicked man. Wicked. Evil man. Him come out of Hitler book. And I say, Michael a wicked man. What do you think South St. Andrew become PNP stronghold? South St. Andrew, Southwest St. Andrew. What do you think they become me? The man decided to cleanse the place. The man decided to cleanse the place. You see all the state of emergency, that was a pure stage. Go on, you know. All of the violence was staged. You know that during, you know, Michael Manley, during the state of emergency, you know, violence, murders increase, you know, during the state of emergency, you know.
Yeah, I was told. I was told that
Yeah, man.
murders in a state
I
of
mean, I
emergency.
remember the number of them right now, but the murders increase during the state of emergency. And you know who are being murdered?
Labor rights.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
PNP, bad man, them just get away with murder. But you can't go check his stats. Yeah, I was supposed to check his stats. I could have quote the actual thing number and tell you. Because the in 75, the murder was a certain number. And then declared state of emergency 76. And then the murder increased during 76. And murder increased during 77. Right?
Yeah.
And at 78, the murder fall back off. After they remove the state of emergency, that's the time when the murder fall. Right? So Michael Manley, state of emergency was the only state of emergency during which murders increase. And dramatically, you know, 1 year, I think the 77 murder was about 100 murders over what it was in 76, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the number, but people can go check it. 75, 76, 77, and 78. Just come look at those periods, and you can see that murder increase, right? Yeah, man. They wanted to do a thing. They wanted to take over the country using force. That's all they want to it. That's all they want to it. Yeah, son. And so 76, they were able to win. Because after him declared him is a democratic socialist in 74, and Siaga started campaign. Siaga became leader of the Labour Party in 74 and him started campaign. Right? And he had special branch that follow Siaga everywhere him go. And Siaga meeting them start out with about 60 people, you know, I come out, you know.
Yeah.
And so by the time him go across the island and reach Mobile, 50,000 people come look at, come listen to him, you know.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, man. And Michael realized he had to do something. Michael realized he had to do something. So him tried to entrap him. Him send Spy Robinson with a recorder and give him a gun. So Spy Robinson was supposed to try and talk Siaga and tape him as a wrong thing, conspire.
Yeah.
So him wanted an excuse for that come up, right? Yeah. And that was why, because the state of emergency should have been declared the Monday, and then declare it the Saturday.
Okay.
Because them things, Siaga was on them All Island meetings. Reach a Mobile and was supposed to have a mass meeting down there. So Michael think Siaga was going to announce it, and Michael try and trap him with Spy Robinson. And him declare the state of emergency from the Saturday.
Okay.
And that state of emergency was terrible, man. You couldn't talk. You can't say certain things, man. You couldn't talk. And then basically muzzle Siaga with that. You understand? Because I don't think Siaga was going to announce that, because I don't think it did fish out too much.
So,
but he was trying to entrap Siaga.
So when did the labor rights started fighting back, Mr. Dorlan? When how comes we had the 1980 political war, you know, our civil war, because we basically had a civil war in our country. So when did the labor rights started to fight back?
We take you all of the lick in 70. We take the whole of the lick in 76. They were never done none. That's why we go to prison. And Michael was able to win the election. Right?
Yeah.
And then after Michael won the election in 76, 77, I had to go back to IMF. IMF come with the only harsh conditions and start come under pressure again. And he realized he wasn't going able to win the election. So that is why I'm have the Green Bay massacre, you know. The Green Bay massacre was supposed to set the stage for another state emergency.
Okay.
Right? And fortunately, 5 of the men who them was supposed to slaughter on the beach at Green Bay got away and was able to come tell the tales. Because what really happened with Green Bay, people don't understand how wicked Michael is. Because Michael is Prime Minister and Minister of Defense. The army answer to Michael Manley.
Yeah.
At that time, we had an organization called the Military Intelligence Unit, MIU.
Yeah.
The MIU is part of the military, and that answer to Michael too.
Yes.
And what happened at the army going into Michael constituency, south side. And that was Michael constituency. So the Prime Minister, the Minister of Defense, had the army going into his constituency. Go take out young men. Carry them go Green Bay, go shoot them. Uncle God can't come tell me say I'm on Michael planet.
Mm-hmm.
If you never know, say the military, I do that. He is not no Minister of Defense.
Exactly, because then can't move without his say so.
If you can't get up and go do things like that in the Prime Minister constituency.
Yeah.
You're mad, man. Right? And the plan was to go down there, go slaughter the 10 youth them down there on the beach at Green Bay. And then you just see the man them come through with a lorry load of gun. And I go to the man them was down there and taking gun, receiving gun from ship out at sea. And was down there training for insurrection. That is what the Green Bay massacre was about. Setting the stage for a second state of emergency. Because Michael don't know, say, it's only a state of emergency could have stopped the JLP from losing again. Right? Because then you have Carl Stone to predict. Carl Stone has said JLP are going to win 34 seats out of the 60 seats. Right? That was their guarantee to win at least 34. Right? And every time he come with a poll, we guarantee to win more. So JLP never had no reason to start no violence.
Yeah.
We, the best sports that say we are going to win. Right?
Yeah.
And so after the Green Bay thing flop, we decide now with the Brigadista program.
Mm-mm.
So I'm saying 1,500 lumpen go to Cuba go learn how to fire a gun. Right? And then them come back and unleash for the labor right them. And I tell you, if you, well, I don't know if you would have can find it. No, I know the Jamaica record. If you could have get the Jamaica record, you could see the chronology as to when the response came. It's when the response came. You will see, because them send them man they go to Cuba, go learn how to fire a gun and then come back and terrorize. Them the Gold Street massacre. I think that was in April of 1980. We had the Gold Street massacre.
PNP then say labor right do that as well.
Man, they're idiot. How we are talking, man? The Gold Street massacre was planned in Harborview.
Yeah.
Because McGann was the one who run the Brigadista program.
Yes.
And McGann used to run that constituency there. And in power base was in Harborview.
Yes.
Right? And so Harborview, the Gold Street massacre was planned. And it was a seaborne operation, you know. A boat them take come over, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Because at that time the police did start take away themselves from the PNP. The police became sympathetic to JLP and was very hostile to PNP and them activity. So them never want use them, you know, use the road.
Yeah.
So it's kind of them use. And them launch it from Harborview. Right? And them and come for Chubby Dread and him second them. So when them land on the beach down the south side there now, them realize there was a dance going on in the place. And them figure say everybody where them come for would be at the dance. So them go around, they go do them thing. One of the youth from Southside, man, him get a report, man. Him said them man they never have nothing pan the base, so the man them running with them M16. They never have nothing. So when them PNP come talk about JLP starting, it's rubbish. Why would JLP start violence? Cause one poll say we are going to win at least 30. At one time it reached 43 seats. Because him start this time we're going to win at least 34 seats, giving them 26. And then it move up. And I remember one of the polls when him say the JLP was going to win at least 43 seats.
Yeah.
So why would a government, why would a party that is scheduled to win at least 2/3 of the seat want to indulge in violence?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I tell you, so me know because them time we were very active in Young Jamaica. And I was in National Patriotic Movement too. Right? And the lecture where we get every day is to say, hold it. Where the thing is, hold it, Desmond. A Desmond supposed to hold it now.
Yeah.
Something like that was going out. Nobody must retaliate because they will never want to give Michael no excuse to declare a state of emergency again.
Yeah.
And there was no need for it. And you see when them burn down Evelyn Tide home?
Yes. That then say a labor right though as well.
Yeah, man, I fool them, man. A PNP burn that down. A PNP burn that down. Right? Because one they have strategy, what they call it, scatter them strategy.
Yeah.
Coined by Fed Up and Burr Boy. Right? So they were scattering here, running out labor rights. So they scatter them strategy, them use and run and cleanse South St. Andrew, you know.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's 1972. Is a guy named ECL Park is lose round us to Tony Spall. 100 vote Tony Spall and by, you know.
Yeah.
100 vote. Because ECL Park is now the Speaker of the House. And that was the constituency that he came from, South St. Andrew.
Yeah.
So JLP had the Speaker of the House up to 72. And then Tony Spall in one South St. Andrew by 100 vote. And then set them up and named Burr Boy and them man there, the Garrison Gang. That time this group 69 now transform into the Garrison Gang. And them come with this scatter them strategy. You understand? And so them cleanse South St. Andrew. And then them turn the same strategy as Southwest St. Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
And cleanse that. Right? And the word was, hold it, Desmond, hold it, Desmond. Don't do nothing because we don't give Michael Manley no excuse to declare no state of emergency. But after the man them burn down Evelyn Tide home, the man couldn't tell Desmond to hold it no more. Them couldn't tell Desmond to hold it no more, man. Man lose them mother and them auntie and all them, and them granny and all them thing there. Up there, them said no. Them so the man them responded, man. Man them responded, man. Brentford Road. You can go read it in the Gleaner, man. And 4 them take out of Brentford Road. And them grown at one place called Socialist International. Them take out 4 more around there, so. You understand? And yeah, little things like that. But it was no big organized thing because the whole strategy was that if you are provoked to respond, then the man they might have a justifiable reason to declare a state of emergency. So the party never, no organized violence. a lot of the thing where my man just take it upon himself and say, oh, we not tolerate this. And I just go do them thing. But you know, organize nothing. Because the party remember 76 year time emergency quite well.
Yeah.
And they know say a fair election where the JLP couldn't lose it. So they don't want to give them no excuse to declare no other state of emergency. So when people attack them, they're propagandists, man. They're very good at it, you know. Very good. Because the Soviet Union teach them, you know.
Yeah.
You see all this thing with civil society. It is what they were told to do. That's what the Soviet and Cuba tell them. They must set up front organization.
Mm-hmm. There's a doctrine that they use. And they funnel money through them organization there as well. You know?
Yeah, man. They set up front organization. And sometimes, you know, a lot of these front organizations, you might have 6 front organizations and one man run them, you know.
Yeah.
And you see them issue a lot of statement condemning. It's a Soviet propaganda strategy, right? And it's deeply entrenched in the society right now, you know. Because now we have all kind of things. So much. I bet you, if it was a labor right who kill his wife, you would stop your release being issued.
That's true.
And I know we know you're not from these front organizations.
I said it this morning when we did a live this morning that if it was a labor right who kill his wife, then probably would have said Andrew. You know?
Yeah, man, then I find a way to spin it, man. And mesh everybody. You just draw everybody in the mesh and him know about it, this, that, the devil knows not. You know? But they come right there and get through with it. Because, you know, labor, that's how labor thing can operate, you know.
Mr. Dorlan.
So when I come to 1980s, about the 1985, look, man, a 1,600 man Michael sent to Cuba. And they went there to learn how to fire a gun, how to rob banks, and how to block them comrade out of prison. That is what was on the curriculum that them go learn.
Mr. Ingram said
right?
they went there to learn it to be electricians and other stuff. That is what Mr. Ingram said.
Yeah. Well, they did, you know, because them no to cover them ass still, you know. So yeah, they had a brigade. They really had a brigade which learned a few construction.
Yeah.
So out of the 16, you may have 100 or 200 who really went go learn something.
Mm-hmm.
But 1,400 of them are gone them go learn for fire.
We have to go pick up the conversation another night because I'm tired. See?
Yeah, man.
So,
all right. So run them when them come with them nonsense, man.
Yeah, man. We have more history to talk about. You know, I'm really interested to learn about Buster and his time. You know, Shearer and his time, Sangster and his time.
And I don't mind, you know, because I was planning to write a book, boy, but me I tell you, say, I don't know if I'm going to find the time. So, you know, if I can get to document these things, I don't mind it at all.
Yeah, man. So we're going to do one of them programs there. And my audience really like them kind of program, you know. They really like the information. So, you know, we liaison. We liaison and set up it. See?
All right. Take care. Yeah, man.
All right. Big up yourself, Mr. Dorlan.
Okay. Good. My pleasure.
All right. So that was former MP caretaker Dorlan Francis and historian, my people. You know, we will be featuring others, you know, who want to tell stories, you know. You know, everybody might have a different point of view. So we want to get the elders them to come on and tell their side of the story and tell their story how they remember it. So big up all 279 persons who is still here. Big up all 147 persons that gave me a thumbs up. I did not roll out the evening shout outs this evening. So big up everybody that was here and that is still here. Big up on yourself. Please subscribe if you're on the program for the first time. or if you have not subscribed yet, big up on yourself. And I will see you tomorrow. See? Much love, much respect. Show our labor rights.